how does Data Vault support Beam? Um, why did I choose it? I think first of all, it's there for a long time, and second of all, most people probably didn't really want to talk about it because um, maybe they haven't used it in projects that much. I need to say, and I want to say upfront, I haven't used Beam that much either in projects. But I know the methodology and have seen it before, and I want to just talk briefly about it and give some insights, how they maybe support or work with each other. If you have never heard of Beam, Beam essentially stands for Business Event Analysis and Modeling. And the focus is really more on modeling the business and business events than just modeling data, right? So you try to, in the end, also talk about data, but a lot of time it's more about the business modeling, right? And in Beam, you have some normally describe something that happens in the business, right? So, for example, you have a customer place an order, a payment is processed, and then a product is shipped, right? Which is an event in the business. A customer makes an sale, for example, or buys something. And to really do that business modeling in Beam, you have a lot of different questions you ask. Normally, the 7 Ws essentially is what you call them. So you analyze an event using questions, yeah, like the 7 Ws: who, what, when, where, why, how did it happen, and how many or much, right? And with this kind of question, so who's involved, what happened, when did it happen, where did it happen, why did it happen, how did it happen? You really try to describe an event that happens in the business to the fullest and model the whole business process for that with Beam, right? And this is to fully understand the business context. And a lot of time, what you see with Beam is right that this is something you do not really with data warehousing or in relationship to data warehousing in typical sense when we think about it. But a lot of time, this is what happens in front of that. Before you start a data warehouse, maybe you do some business modeling and try to find out, okay, what processes do we have? What events do we have? What entities? What kind of data do we have, right? Behind all these events, there's somehow data structured. And before I show the thing, I wanted to go again a little bit on data vault, right? If you think about what we just saw, we had some events that are described, right? The customer places an order, payment is processed, product is shipped, and we model the business. When we talk about data vault, we have something a little bit similar. We normally with data vault we talk about fundamental concepts of data, right? We talk about business keys, we talk about descriptive data, and we talk about relationships. So, right, all of you know business keys are normally the identifying attributes, and you build a hub out of it. Descriptive data is what describes this business key or this event, right? This is then the satellite describing attributes, and then we have the relationships, and that are what the links. That are in between these different events or business entities, right? In our case, it's really business entities with business keys and hubs. And this is also, I think this shows already the combination here, right? The comparison, if you look at it, it's pretty similar. With Beam, you get a business-driven model in the end, right? That comes from the business, and you get a clear understanding in the end of your events, your entities, and your relationships. Um, and Beam is in that sense not technical, right? It's business side, but you get an understanding of your business from these perspective: events, entities, relationships. And what I think is, in the end, this is a really, really good basis to do a data vault model. Because in data vault, these are the questions in the end you ask yourself. What are my entities? Where are relationships? What is happening in the business? Do I need a hub here? Are these two entities connected with each other? Where do we have hidden relationships that we maybe don't see? And it really fits well to data vault. So I think you can say a little bit Beam defines how it works, and the data vault is then the implementation of that in a physical data model. When you want to underlie this business model with your data, right? And yeah, outcome of Data Vault 2.0 in the end is a scalable technical data model, even though I think a lot of people think data vault, the modeling is really technical. And I mean, there are parts which are really technical, but the modeling itself is more a business driven approach, right? Or most of the time we model on a data driven approach. But when you think about data vault, you have hubs which are business entities, you have links which are relationships, and you have descriptive attributes, and it really gets a business driven modeling when you think about it a little bit. Even though we don't I would never build the data vault solely on a Beam model, for example, on a business model, but it's a really good basis to start your data vault model and then look at the data. Okay, what do we really have in the data, right? It's There are discrepancies here, and if you only look at the business modeling and think, okay, easy, I just throw it like that in my data vault, you will get issues. But for the developers and from a similarity, this is a really good starting point if you have a Beam model up front. And in data vault, like I said, in the end, you can kind of translate it. The hubs are the business entities, links are the relationships or essentially events, right? If you have a relationship between a customer um, and a transaction, or maybe be a link between a customer, a transaction, and a product, this is essentially your event, right? A customer has a transaction and buys a product. You have the same in the beam as in data vault. And then the satellites in the end are context and history, right? Describing attributes. And data vault is more technical, and it implements and stores the business data in the end, right? That you modeled before that. And I think you can already tell alone from this slide, there are really big, how do you say it in English, actually, really big synergies there, right? So, yeah. What are my takeaways from this? Like I said, just a quick overview. This question was already open for a long time. I wanted to answer it. Um, I haven't worked with Beam that much, so I didn't want to go too much into detail. Just my personal opinion from what I think are the synergies there. So what are my takeaway? Beam is really more for the business understanding, right? It focuses on events and business perspective, and it should be that. You shouldn't take it for the 100% truth for your data vault model or something like that, right? But it's a really good basis. Then you have data vault, which is the technical implementation in the end, right? Structures data into uplink satellite, and the data vault really implements your beam model in data, if you want to say it like that, right? And there is a really strong combination, at least what I think, below, because this is really good. The beam is a really good starting point for your um, data vault modeling, right? You have a really good understanding of your business, and it translates pretty well, right? Like I said, I would always take data into account to really fix that model, and align it with the data, right? Not just translate it one to one or something like that. Um, and in the end, I think this is a good way to align business and IT and get a flexible and scalable data model with Data Vault, because they are already so similar. The I think the probably the translation or the modeling of Data Vault gets much quicker and easier, and then you can even automate it, right? So I think that can be a really good combination and good starting point for your projects as well. If you have any questions or want to get in contact, feel free to reach out over LinkedIn. And then I wish you a great weekend, great Friday. Thank you very much for joining. Bye bye.